Who is the goddess Hecate? Hecate is the goddess of magic, ghosts, the moon, and witchcraft. She lived in the underworld and sometimes a cave when she was on Earth. She was one of the main gods worshipped in Athenian households as a protective goddess, and one who bestowed prosperity and daily blessings on the family. She was worshipped as a major goddess of the heavens, earth, and underworld. She was accepted at an early date in Greek religion, but it's said that she could have derived from Southwest Asia. She is the daughter of the Titan Perseus and the nymph Asteria. She is also closely associated to the spirit world, ghosts, and the dead. A shrine for Hecate was placed at the entrance of homes and even cities to protect them from the evil spirits that roamed the world. In most art, she is depicted as having three forms, one of a young maiden, a mother, and a crone, thus symbolizing the cycle of life. Artemis is the Greek goddess of the hunt, the wilderness, and wild animals. The goddess Diana is actually her Roman equivalent. Artemis is the daughter of Zeus and Leto and also the twin sister of Apollo. She is known as the patron and protector of young girls. Artemis was worshipped as one of the main goddesses of childbirth and midwifery. Artemis was one of the most widely venerated of the ancient Greek deities, and her temple in Ephesus is one of the 7 wonders of the ancient world. Artemis's symbols include a bow and arrow or hunting knives. In Greek classical art, she is described as a huntress with a bow and arrow, and she is often in a shooting pose and accompanied by a hunting dog or stag. Athena was the goddess of battle strategy and wisdom. She is always accompanied by her owl and the goddess of victory, Nike. Athena was an armed warrior goddess. The Parthenon in Athens was her most famous shrine. Athena's mother was Metis and her father was Zeus. Metis warned Zeus that if she bore a child and it was a boy, that the boy would be greater than him. So Zeus swallowed her. He started having a terrible headache and then his head split open by an axe, and then all of a sudden Athena came out of his head. Kinda wild if you ask me. Athena came out fully grown. Athena is also much like her brother Ares. They are both rulers of war. She is more of the strategy and quick thinking. In ancient Greek mythology, Medusa is the most famous of 3 monstrous sisters known as the Gorgons. The earliest known record of Medusa can be found in Hesiod's Theogony. According to the ancient author, the 3 sisters, Stano, Euryale, and Medusa, were the children of Forti and Sitho. Of the 3, only Medusa is said to be mortal, but she is the most famous because of her myth. Medusa was originally a very beautiful maiden, and her beauty caught the eye of Poseidon. When Athena discovered that Poseidon had gotten with Medusa, she sought vengeance. She turned her hair into snakes and then said that anyone who gazed directly at her would turn into stone. In the Northwoods of Minnesota, the forest of the Great Lake region, and the central regions of Canada is said to live a malevolent being called a Windigo. This being may appear as a monster with some characteristics of a human, or as a spirit who has possessed a human and made them become monstrous. The story of the Windigo comes from Native American folklore. Some people who have claimed to encounter the beast say it's related to Bigfoot, but other reports compare the Windigo to a werewolf instead. Unlike other terrifying carnivores, the Windigo doesn't rely on stalking its prey in order to capture it. Rather, one of its creepiest traits is its ability to mimic human voices. It uses this skill to lure people in and draw them away from civilization. Once they're isolated in the desolate depths of the wilderness, he then feasts on them. I think what's the scariest thing about the Windigo is the absolute mind tricks it can play on a person. It can mimic loved ones, family members, literally anything to draw you in.